What's up, Manifestation Mama? How are you? Day one. Here we go, you guys. So exciting. I'm so excited to come here to you today and do this challenge with you because I don't know when you're watching this, but I am taping it and there is just about 3 weeks, maybe less than 3 weeks to a brand new decade. And I am super committed to you living your best life, your richest life, bringing in the most abundance you ever have. And I want to talk to you about some of the ways that I have been able to make the most money I've ever made, have the most success, have people coming to me for my services, for what I do, and literally handing me money for things that I had no idea I didn't ask for, I didn't create, I didn't, So anyway, lots to talk about. I've been spending my morning here structuring how I want to go about this with you, but I thought a great place to start was with just this. So as you're jumping on here, if you are watching this, and you can let me know how's it going, how are you? If you're ready, drop me a ready or a fist bump. And so a few things about this challenge real quick. So it's a 5-day challenge to totally restart your money, like your whole conversation about money, right? Because most of us have never really taken a look at our relationship to money, what it is, what this thing called money is, how it all works, right? So the ones of us that were fortunate enough to get, to actually learn how to balance a checkbook and all that stuff, money seems to be like that, in that kind of thing. And I'm coming at you as in a different way than a mindset and numbers is what I want to say. I want to talk about energy and money and how to optimize yours, how to bring it in, how to have an easy relationship with money so you're not left feeling like you need more, there's never enough, and all that lack vibration, okay? So if you're ready for that, drop me a rocket emoji or I'm ready or whatever you want to drop here. So that's what these next 5 days are about. So what I am going to say too is I want you to get a journal because we're going to be doing some journal stuff together. And also though, I want you to commit. Because here's the thing, you guys, is that if you are really ready to reprogram this whole thing and really like set the stage for something different, you actually need to commit, okay? So I'm asking for 5 days of your time, and I will make it as short as I can, but you will also be doing stuff on the times we are not together. Shalina says she's ready. Yes, girl, I'm glad you caught me live. I know you're coming all the way from England, and I've got people all around the world on here, so super excited for this. So again, I want you to have your journal because you're going to have something to do at the end of it, but I want to talk about a great way to start is to talk about money, what it is, where it comes from, because many of us never even thought about that kind of stuff, right? And really quick also, just a little thing is if you're new to me, I am a coach, an online entrepreneur. I call myself an alignment coach. I absolutely love helping people, women specifically, build lives, businesses, lives that they absolutely love from the inside out. That's how I work. I have studied energy for a lot of my life and I use it in all my coaching. We are energy. We'll get into all that. Christine, how are you? I'm so glad you joined. But I really want to say here, is you guys, is I work with a lot of different women, whether it be live here or my team that I have or my clients that I have. And they come from all different backgrounds and religion. So what I really want to tell you right now is that if I use words that maybe don't resonate with you, like for me, I say the universe, source, but if you really resonate better with the word God, please replace it What I don't want here is for me to polarize you and for you to shut down and not watch this or not do the work. What I really want so much about bringing more abundance into your life is for you to find the way that you can open your heart and have it work for you. So that's really, I really want to say that because again, I've got, women from all different religions that come in here, and I really want to welcome it all and tweak what I'm saying to what works for you, your belief system, what fills you up, what drives you, what inspires you to be your best. Just replace my words, okay? I'd much rather have you do that than give up on this for you, not for me. For you, okay? So also a lot of this, I'm not a scientist, but I want you to know a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about in the next 5 days that I talk about on my live feeds. If you watch me in my Instagram stories, Facebook stories, all that, it is now being studied scientifically. So that's super cool because before, I've always been a very spiritual person, so I can go very woo-woo. Trust me, I can go woo-woo. If you like me some woo-woo, you can drop me a woo-woo. If it's not your thing, that's totally fine. But please, I want you to check out, here's some people. The work of Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm going to be working with him this summer. I'm so excited. Attending his advanced live event. Bruce Lipton, somebody I've been working with. He's local to where I live. Greg Braden. These are all men that have, and there's some women too, that have been scientifically studying energy and what we think, what we feel, and how it actually affects our reality, okay? So a lot of them also are doing how it affects our cells and our health, but they're also seeing a direct correlation with what Abraham Hicks and the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of frequency have been talking about for lifetimes. They're having scientific studies back that what we feel, what we emanate, what we put out into the world, then creates what comes in. It creates our reality. So again, I'm not going to get into too much science here, but for the women, for the people here that are watching me that, really need more of that science back, like how does this work? I'll put them in the comments. Go check them out, okay? Because they literally have studies showing this, you guys. All right, Christine says, woo-woo, ready to up your vibe. Awesome. Okay, so first things first, and again, I know we're all busy. I'm not going to keep you long, but this is really, really important. Think about how you were raised about money before, okay? How you thought about how you saw money when you were a child. We are most impressionable from 0 to 7. All of us, okay? So when you were a child, even in utero, what was going on about money in your life, in the environment around you? For some people, there was a lot of fights around money. Mom and dad fought about money a lot. There was a lot of lack for some people. So they took that on. For some people, they never spoke about money. Like money was a thing they never spoke about. So you just didn't go there. So that's another vibration that we took on, right? So I want you to just think for a minute from 0 to 7 especially, but after that too, how was money looked at? How was it talked about or not, okay? Because that often is what you're living out now. So the amazing thing is we did not ever say, oh, I want to be rich or I want to be poor. We just took on these mindsets and the energy of the people around us. And so my whole thing is, why can't we choose now? Why can't we choose powerfully? Why can't we reprogram whatever that stuff was that wasn't even ours anyway, that was imprinted upon us that we are living out now? So that is what these 5 days are about, okay? So a few things that people come to me with, I want you to know, like money and where it comes from. I really want you to get this, because when I got this, you guys, it totally blew apart my whole world with money. So money, most people think money comes from bosses or jobs or a business or selling products or selling a service, right? Like that's what most people come from. Like, I gotta work more, or I need a business, or all that. And again, all that's, I'm not saying true, not true. Here, I want you to find what works best for you. I want to present something different that maybe you haven't heard, or I want you to hear in a different way. So money, most people think you need a business to make money or to have more money, or women come to me that don't have a business and they're like, well, I'd really love to have more money, more abundance in my life, but I don't ever want a business. I don't want the responsibility that comes with that. And, that I have a fixed income, right? Or, my boss or my job only pays me so much. So I get that. And here's what I want you to get, is that so many people think that money comes from that, right? Like the service you do, the job, whatever that is. So money actually does not come from other people. It doesn't come from another thing. Money flows through other people. Drop me a flows in the comment, right? Flow in your journal. Money flows through other people. Okay, so there is no such thing when people say like a fixed income or that kind of stuff. Like I heard this the other day, but I've always thought, like, to me, that's like you have a fixed mindset, because there's no such thing as a fixed income. It doesn't have to be your reality. You can actually choose something different, right? So again, taking the responsibility back, and not just like, oh, my boss, I get underpaid, blah, 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 blah. That's not, my business isn't doing well. Money flows through people. Here is an amazing fact for those people that like facts, right? My fact finders out there, and you can actually Google this. So when I learned this, I was like, whoa, really? Holy crap, that totally explains it, right? So it flows like a river, not a dried up stream. Exactly, Christine. I love that. So check this out. You're going to love this. Only 8% of global money exists in physical form. So, I have my wallet. I have my wallet here, right? So 8% of all the money, this is our $10 bill here, 8% of all the money in the States, the United States here, but all the world, 8% is in physical form, okay? So you ask, what's the other 92%? Can you guess? What's the other 92%, right? It is all electric. It is all electricity, which is also vibration, waves, and frequency. It's literally logging on, right, to here and checking out what's in your bank account. It's the stocks, it's all digital, which is vibrational, which is frequency. And one can even argue, you guys, I don't have much cash on me. I don't carry cash very much, but one can even argue that this is a vibration too. We're not going to get into that too much, but that's one of the things I talk about a lot, is that we're like 99.999% something crazy like that, vibration and not matter, right? So, but literally you can Google it, right? It's bananas, Christine. It's crazy. 8% of money is in physical form. The rest, vibration, frequency, and waves, okay? So we are all, everything is all a bunch of vibrations, atoms, okay? Vibrations and energy. And so money is created by our connection to source. Money that we have does not come from your boss, does not come from your business. It does not come from what you do. It's literally created by source, God, universe, divine, whatever that is for you. It is energy. And if you know anything about energy, again, you can Google this. You cannot create it. You cannot destroy it. You can use it. You can like draw from it. And that's all the practices we can do. So it's not about creating more money. Oh my gosh, this is the thing that I talk with my clients about so much. It's not so much about creating more money. It's about aligning to the money that is already out there, that is already available to you, that is already there for you. It's about aligning to the frequency that that money has. When we align with it consistently, it comes to us. It is not from other people. Right, Newton was ahead of your time. Yes, he was, exactly. And I guess they've always known this. This has always been a thing, right? Because way back when, it was just a way that we traded. We traded cows, we traded other stuff, right? And then somehow we traded coins, right? So that's where money came from, right? But it's all just energy. So that's what we're talking about here, is aligning with the energy of divine and abundance. It's not about working harder. It's not about hustling more. It is not about that stuff. If you want to learn that stuff, you can go somewhere else. And not that it's not important to work hard and all, because trust me, with my clients, we talk about accountability, we talk about systems, we talk about, stuff like that. That matters. But the way that I teach and the way that I want to live is alignment. When you live in alignment, things show up to you, align with you. Situations, circumstances, people, money shows up to you. And that is my passion for sure, right? Okay. So if there is Shalina, so true. I always say, oh, good, Shalina. I hope this is like, this is either reiterating what you guys already know, or I'm hoping it just like blows the lid off, so we're not like, gotta work harder, gotta hustle more. But I want you to think of, right? Alignment. So if there is an amount of money you want to create in your lifetime, you want to create soon, right? What there is to do is connect vibrationally and get into alignment with that. So when you feel the feelings, when you talk the talk, when you show up the way that the version of you that already has that abundance, right? Because if it's energy, it's out there. We don't need to create it, but we need to align with it. So what is that version of you? And this is what we're going to do in the next 5 days. How does she show up? Who does she talk to? How does she talk to them, right? So you might find you need to find yourself a new group of people. You might come into contact with people that make a ton more money than you. And you're going to want to hang out with them now after this, because we're going to be aligning with them and people that have not that they're better people. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that have a much more clear alignment with money. And I'm talking about money because this is our money manifestation challenge, right? Find a better tribe. Yeah, a tribe that aligns to you more, that has clear, they pay on time. They're not always looking for the cheapest, the easiest way out. These are people that know that there is no abundance that can ever be taken from them, right? Exactly, positive tribe. I love that. So again, and now this is where I'm going to get a bit, so take what works for you, but this is in my private group, and I wouldn't be like honestly me if I didn't bring this up, but people like Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? And again, check him out. He's amazing. He's one of my biggest teachers right now. He talks a lot about quantum physics, right? And in quantum physics, I'm so glad you're loving this. Good. I love this stuff. This is what I love to talk about. And sometimes people lose me if I do this on my, my my Jen Acosta thing. So I saved this for my group for you guys where I can really go deep, okay? So Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about quantum physics. So this isn't just woo-woo, you guys, this is science, okay? And he talks about how there are, like in quantum physics, there are many different versions of you. There are many different realities out there of you and your life and the universe, okay? So if there's just a million different versions of you, and in quantum physics, there is actually no such thing as time. So in quantum physics, they call collapse the timeline, okay? So one of the things I want you to do on day one is collapse the timeline and find the version of you who is that fill in the blank. Like for me, I want to make millions, not to have fancy cars, not to have a fancy house, although that's nice, right? But for me, I know I won't be living up to my impact until I'm bringing in multiple 7 figures. So that's what I'm headed for. So what works for you? Do you want to bring in 6 figures? Do you want to double your income? Do you want to be a 7 or 8 figure earner? Do you just want to be able to travel? You don't care how much you make, but you want to be able to travel the world and have freedom and work from your laptop on the beaches of Thailand? Or what is that for you? So a lot of what we're going to do today is get clear. Okay, you're going to get clear on what it is you want. And when we do that, and it might take a few days, which is fine. When we do that, we're going to collapse the timeline in quantum physics. And you are going to start becoming, speaking, feeling, seeing from, hearing from, feeling from, working from that version of you. That version of you that's already out there, that's already living, that's already happening, okay? So if you're a little confused, let me know. I know this is a little like, what? But again, there's science-backed studies to quantum physics and all that. So for now, we're going to collapse the timeline, right? So say you make $75,000 a year right now. Okay, say that's what you make, and you want to make $200K a year, right? So ask yourself, we're going to ask ourselves some rich questions these next 5 days. What kind of value is that 200K version of yourself putting out there? How are they showing up to work? If you don't have a business, right, and you just work, what are you doing for your work? Are you coming up with solutions? Are you just clocking in or just, no, like what is that version of you showing up to your work, doing, saying, feeling, being? Are you contributing? What's your impact there? All that stuff. These are the rich questions we've got. So you've got there and you feel like manic. Okay, thanks, Starlight. So to me, that's just a matter, and it's taken me a while too, girl, and I still work on this, is like focus, and Abraham Hicks, you guys know Abraham Hicks, drop it in the comments, Abe, they talk about how, what is it, like 16 seconds or 60 seconds or something. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's been a while since I've read that, but if you hold that space for literally under a minute, maybe 60 seconds, something happens. Even if it doesn't feel like it, if you do that consistently for 17 seconds, I think it is, 17 seconds, you actually start to resonate with that vibe. And you do that over a period of a couple days or a couple weeks in a row, it repatterns, like the 0 to 7 on our subconscious. We got patterned into thinking how we were thinking about money and dealing with money now. We can actually repattern that, but we need to do the work, right? You want to make money to support your family? Yes. Abe and Dr. Joe are amazing. Yes, exactly. I love it. So for me, Starlight, it's just about more focus and commitment. And I'm also going to give you a manifesting ritual today that you're going to start that will help with that. Okay, that's coming up. So to kind of round this out, you guys, so what there is to do is raise our vibe and match that version of us that already exist in the quantum realm, okay? And that's gonna, the thing is it's easy to say on this video, but it's literally gonna blow your mind because you have a way right now, as my example, if you make $75,000 a year, you have a way that you go to the grocery store. You have a way that you pay at the cashier. You have a way that you go to the bank. You have a way that you deal with money. And I'm literally asking you to, we're gonna pre-program all that. So if you go to the grocery store and you wanna get mangoes, but they're too expensive, I'm gonna ask you, what would the version of you to buy the mangoes, what would she have to do? What would she have to say? How would she have to feel? And I want you to buy the mangoes. I actually want you to buy the mangoes. And I want you to trust that the money for the mangoes, if you do the work, is going to show up. And the work, I don't mean hustle harder. I don't mean work longer. I mean actually align with the version of you that is living her freaking dreams. If you do that work, that mango money will show up. Okay? So the universe, how I see it is that when I do this, and I don't even like to call it work, but when I do this work, right, the universe like literally realigns. Jen's on this frequency, right? And like a radio, if you want to hear that song coming on that frequency, you got to tune to it. So if Jen's doing this work and tuning to it, how I see it is the universe will line up and literally show me people, show me opportunities, send me clients, send me little things, like align people, places, and things so I can live where I want to live, bringing in the 7-figure income that I want, right? So my job is to stay here. And all the things of like, you're not worthy, you've never done this before, you don't know enough, you don't have enough time, you need more help, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not good enough, Nope, they don't take me off. They actually keep me, I stay here. And that's when the stuff starts to show up. But it's gonna take you staying here. So that's why I'm so glad you're in here doing this, because that's where we want to raise you to, is here, no matter what. No matter what. And what I had to do, you guys, to stay here, I literally had to stay through and the times that I didn't know how, as a single mom, like I didn't know how I was gonna feed my kids. I skipped dinners and meals because I needed to make sure they were fed, and I didn't mind if I didn't eat. And I couldn't, every time was like, oh my God, you're broke. How are you gonna do this? How are you gonna do that? You're busted, you're getting old, you're all that stuff. I had to stay here. And it's not that I didn't flounder a little, because trust me, I did, but every day I had to connect. Okay, no, my bank account might be saying one thing, but my vision, my connection to source, my knowing is so much bigger and more vibrant than the reality that's showing out here, right? And once I started to do that and committed to that, no matter what, I'm telling you, everything changed. Everything changed. So like I said in one of my posts here, in one of my businesses, we've had the biggest month we had last month. I've got more discovery calls, which is what I call in coaching, meaning online, like clients that are signing up with me than I've ever had. I have the most amazing clients. My groups are filling and I'm almost maxed out. And I literally, the other day, I was somewhere and a friend of mine said, oh, will you pick me up something or whatever? And again, this is just kind of a funny story, but this is what's been happening. Will you pick me a gift that where you're going, will you pick me up? And I was like, sure, no problem. And all of a sudden he handed me, I think it was like $200 or something. And I'm like, wait, it's only like $150 what you want me to pick up for you or something. He's like, whatever, I don't have change, just take it. And I was like, take it. You know, it's $50. You're just giving it to, he's like, oh, it'll come around, no biggie. And I was like, oh. And I, you know, like my instinct was like, wait, you know, hold on, let's go. I'll go pay you back. I'll write you a check. I'll Venmo you, whatever. And he was like, whatever, you know, let's go to lunch or your treat or like, and I was like, oh, right. I am working on my receiving. I am working on the abundance flowing in from places I had no idea. And I am going to say thank you and trust that it is all good. Things like that have been happening all the time. I have a few bank accounts, you guys, you know, for business and personal, and my kids have some. I just have a few, which actually I really need to condense. But, you know, I always have, like, I'm pretty good at it, but sometimes, like, life gets busy and I wasn't checking, and there was a withdrawal that was made that I didn't, you know, transfer money from one to the other, and I was charged like $85 or something in overdraft fees or whatever they're called, like the, you know, where they have to cover because it's not in there, so they take it from another account. And I was like, oh, I mean, $85, it's like, you know, one time in my life that was everything. Right now I'm like, you know, that's not nothing, but it's not everything. I can deal with it. And I was like, wait, I'm doing a money manifestation challenge. I'm showing up, cleaning up my money vibe, past and present, all that stuff. So hold on. I took like 3 minutes out of my day, called the bank, and I said, oh, I just wasn't aware that there was a transfer. Anything you can do? And she's like, yeah, you know, Miss Acosta, no problem. It's all taken care of. We're not even going to charge you. And I was like, I didn't have to argue. I didn't have to bitch. I literally took like 3 minutes out of my life, called the bank and was like, oh, I missed that one, you know, and she was like, no, you're a great, you know, client. We're good. Have a great holiday. Got the $85 put right back into my account. And I was like, you know, so that's the thing, is that, you know, money can come from, it flows through people. It comes from all different ways that you don't even know. The other day, I think, you know, if you watch my stories, I worked really focused on my business. I think it was Thursday or Wednesday morning. And then by afternoon, I was feeling really tired. And I was like, I really need to take a nap. Like, I want to take a 10, 20-minute nap. Like, oh. And, you know, I was like, you know, that thing of like, oh, I got to work and just do 10 more reach outs or follow up with these people, get that email out, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, nope, I am going self-care. I am going to take a nap, and I'm going to trust that everything works out. The universe has got my back. I live in abundance. It all flows. I literally closed my eyes for, you know, maybe 15 minutes. When I woke up, I'm not kidding you guys about any of this, I woke up after I committed to taking care of self-care and knowing it all works out for me. I live in abundance. And I woke up to a notification that somebody signed on that was totally unexpected, out of the blue. Hadn't even talked to her in, you know, weeks. Totally signed on and paid in full. And my bank, I was like, dang, those naps work really well. So that's the thing that I want to talk to you about in these next 5 days, is living in alignment with you, living at the highest version of you, being at the fullest impact of you, and creating your life the way you want it, not by fault or by how someone else thinks you should. That's not what we're doing here. So I hope that helped you guys today. And so here is the thing though, and this is what you're going to do today. With this, because I want to give you the biggest bang, right, is I told you guys you need a journal, and I don't want you to, oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted. You're listening. Oh, super nat. I'm telling you, girl, Dr. Joe, He is amazing. Like I said, I can't wait. August, I was accepted into his advanced level training, and I cannot wait. I'm going to bring you guys so much goodness. I swear I'm going to pick his brain. I am seeing it that I am going to take that man to lunch, and I am going to pick his brain. I don't know how, because I'm sure everyone wants to go to lunch with him, but I am going to. I'm going to make it happen. But so I don't want you to type this. I literally want you to get a journal and a pen or a pencil, because something happens. These have only been around, couple years, maybe a decade or so. This has been around. Writing, drawing, using our arms and our hand to create have been around for centuries. So this is what's called Sarah Prout. If you guys know Sarah Prout, drop me a Sarah Prout. She's really cool. She is a manifesting teacher. She's online, really is making a lot of money off of talking a lot about the stuff that I talk about. Check her out. She's pretty cool. And she talks about ancient manifesting ritual, okay? And really what that is, she did not make it up. She talks about how she did it, and she uses this all the time, and her guru, I don't know his name, I'm sorry, taught her this. And really the simplest thing of what this is using the magic of 5-5. So in, some universes, you guys, in some circles, like 4-4-4, 7-7-7, 8-8-8, that kind of thing. Like there's some power behind that, is what people say about it. So she uses this 5-5. So for 5 days, you are going to write an affirmation 55 times. So today, you are literally going to write, and I wrote this down. So here are the rules. Not rules. This is how we do it. We don't have rules. So to think is to create, right? So Dr. Joe says, when I think something, he says that thinking is electrical. It sets things off. And feelings, how we feel about things, are magnetic. So to him, he talks about when you think something, you send off electricity, but when you feel it, when you actually really feel it, that's when you bring things back to you. The feelings are the magnetic part, okay? So for the next 5 days in your journal, my dears, you are going to write down an affirmation. 1 second. Sorry, someone's coming to the door. An affirmation 55 times for 5 days, okay? And what it's going to look like is, I want you to decide what you want. I'll write this in the comments too. Create an affirmation of gratitude. But here's the thing. If you skip 1 day, if you miss 1 day in the 5 days, you actually have to start over. And this guru, and Sarah Prout, this guru has been using this for ages. It is an ancient manifesting ritual. It's 5 days, 55 times. You are going to write, and I want you to complete this sentence. I am so grateful and happy that. And then, so I am, and again, I'll put this in here. I am so grateful and happy that. And so for me, it'd be like that, money is flowing to me, and again, I'm going to do this with you. I've done it many times, but I'm trying to come up with what I'm going to do for these 5 days. So, I am so grateful and happy now that my coaching business is full. Clients are paying me in full, and I love who I work with. I am so happy and grateful now that I have hit a certain rank in my business. I am so happy and grateful now that I am, $10,000 shows up, unexpectedly. I am so happy and grateful now that whatever that is to you. And remember, you'll be writing this 55 times for the next 5 days. So it's probably not going to want to be the longest sentence, but I want you to, light a candle. I want you to put on some music. I want you to make it so it's your own. And I am so grateful and happy now that. And we are going to say the same thing every day for the 5 days. So I'm going to end this. If you just jumped on, you're just going to go ahead and watch the replay, because again, I want you to be able to have this to work. I want you to show up to all 5 days and do all the exercises and really take on the practices, okay? You can still invite people in. I will keep this in this group for at least a week after, something like that. But it really is some powerful stuff. So I want you to drop me in here. What was the thing that you took the most from this? I really want to know. And I also would love to know, inspire other people. What are you going to be writing 55 times in your journal? I am so grateful and happy that blank. What is that for you? Okay, so let me know. I got to jump off. It's Sunday. I've got kids and they're being too quiet, so something's going on. And I'll go be with them, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2. I love you guys. I'm here for you. I'm so excited for you to step into the highest version, most abundant version of you, because this world needs women, people like you, with high impact and big hearts. So let's do this, you guys. Super excited. Yay. Talk soon. Bye.